MBAs के अगेंस्ट ना एक कंप्लेन होता है कि दे डोंट हैव एनी स्किल। क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं कि क्या एग्जैक्टली वो स्किल्स है जो MBA में सिखाए जाते हैं। ऑनेस्टली इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू आंसर एंड आई वुड अग्री एंड डिसएग्री एज वेल, बिकॉज अगर आप पूछो कि कौन सा टैंजिबल हार्ड स्किल है, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू डिफाइन इट। हाउएवर देयर आर लॉट ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर स्किल्स एस्पेक्ट, कम्युनिकेशन हुआ, लीडरशिप और इवन अंडरस्टैंडिंग बीइंग जनरलाइज्ड इन अ लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंट नॉलेज फील्ड्स एंड डोमेन्स, सो दैट आप लिंकेजेस एंड पैटर्न्स फास्टर आइडेंटिफाई कर पाओ किसी भी बिजनेस में। तो ये इसको वर्ड्स में डिस्क्राइब करना काफ़ी डिफिकल्ट होगा एंड एक टैंजिबल स्किल प्रोवाइड करना आपके लिए काफ़ी डिफिकल्ट होगा। बट एक पर्टिकुलर ऐसा स्पेशलाइजेशन है जहाँ पर अलॉन्ग विद ऑल द सॉफ्ट स्किल्स एस्पेक्ट यू ऑल्सो लर्न couple of tangible skills, very hard skills that is valued in the industry, and इसलिए इस particular specialization का demand भी increase हो रहा है, and that is MBA in Business Analytics. Many colleges have started offering this specialization. IIM Bangalore का PGPBA program है, तो the kind of placement you get is very similar to MBA program because सादा segregate नहीं किया जाता है placement report में उसे, so 30 लाख का package आप expect कर सकते हो PGPBA से भी. It's slightly easier to get into compared to the flagship PGP program. उसके बाद Goa Institute of मैनेजमेंट का बिग डेटा एनालिटिक्स प्रोग्राम है, दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी वेरी क्रेडिबल. 16-17 लाख का आई थिंक पैकेज दे आर ऑल्सो ऑफरिंग, एवरेज पैकेज. उसके बाद NMIMS का बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स प्रोग्राम है. IIM Ahmedabad has also launched a blended program in business analytics and AI. उसके बाद ISB का भी एक प्रोग्राम है विच इज अ हाइब्रिड प्रोग्राम, नॉट अ फुल टाइम प्रोग्राम, बट उनका भी एक एडवांस मैनेजमेंट प्रोग्राम इन बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स. दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी क्रेडिबल प्रोग्राम, ग्रेट करिकुलम एंड एवरीथिंग, बट वो हाइब्रिड है. दैट इज 15-20 days you have to visit the campus, rest will be online. And there's no placement, so you cannot define the placement numbers for that, but it is more of an executive MBA kind of a program. So isliye a lot of colleges have actually started offering this. Obviously, one, there is a demand from the candidates, and also because there is demand from the recruiters end. And if you want to understand कि इसका demand increase हो क्यों रहा है exactly, then you have to understand काफ़ी years से data का actually importance increase हो रहा है in decision making as well. and अब AI भी आ चुका है, तो data is becoming important for feeding into that AI as well. So data has always been an integral part. The importance is growing only. More importantly, now what has happened is decision making is being shifted more towards data rather than just human intuition. बट ह्यूमन इंट्यूशन को आप ऑल टुगेदर इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते. सो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ इंजीनियर्स हु हैव गॉन इनटू डेटा एनालिटिक्स, बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स, बट दे लैक वन पर्टिकुलर स्किल, एंड दैट इज हैविंग बिजनेस, होलिस्टिक बिजनेस नॉलेज. उन्हें फाइनेंस नहीं पता, इकोनॉमिक्स नहीं पता, हाउ डज इट वर्क, मार्केटिंग, सेल्स, ये सब चीज़ें नहीं पता. सो वी नीड अ काइंड ऑफ सेट ऑफ पीपल हु हैव दिस काइंड ऑफ डेटा नॉलेज, हु कैन इंटरप्रेट डेटा रियली फास्ट, कैन वर्क ऑन इट, कैन वर्क ऑन द स्टेटिस्टिक्स, एंड एट द सेम टाइम बेस्ड ऑन दैट डेटा कैन ड्रॉ बिजनेस insights out of it. And business insights is not only about making decision whatever the data says you, but also using your intuition. That's why you need both that generalized knowledge as well as data, understanding of data and understanding of the statistics behind that data to make business decisions. And that's why if you see the curriculum that is there, I'll just take out the IIM Bangalore curriculum, you will see first year of their MBA program is more about everything. It will be about HR, marketing, finance, economics, everything will be taught to them, along with certain very specific subjects, whether it is about machine learning, whether it's about natural language processing, time series forecasting. All of those are very specific subjects related to business analytics only. So you will see a mix, and in the second year it will get even more specialized. You will have more and more of subjects related to business analytics, and then few electives as well, which can be either open electives or you can choose electives which are very specific again to your particular course. So that's why they have both kind of knowledge, and that's why I believe for PGP BA candidates as well in IIM Bangalore, they are allowed to sit across companies. Even if a consulting company is coming there, they are allowed to sit. Sales, marketing companies as well, they will be allowed to sit over there. So that is the kind of difference, that they can sit in those companies as well. And obviously there are very specific kind of companies that come to hire for business analytics roles, so that is also an option for you. So it kind of keeps an option open if you pursue an MBA in business analytics. But always remember that a PGP participant in the program at IIM Bangalore will always be preferred by the company in a generic company, say a sales and marketing company, compared to a business analytics personal. So that is obviously a trade-off that you have to do, but it keeps your option open. Don't think that if you have pursued an MBA in business analytics, then that closes all your doors for all the other roles. You can get into other roles like finance, marketing, consulting, especially you can definitely get into. But yes, there will be certain very specific roles as well, business analytics, data analytics related, where you have a great chance to get into. So I hope curriculum wise and why it's becoming important, it's clear to you. Next, we'll get into the types of roles that you can get into after this specialization. What are the kind of salaries you can expect? Also, what kind of subjects you need to like so that you will enjoy the specialization. But before I go there, let me tell you about the partners of this video, which will come in very handy if you want to pursue MBA in business analytics, or especially if you're a working professional and you want to get into, say, online MBA or executive MBA in business analytics specialization or any other specialization. Then first of all, you need to be very careful about the kind of college you are choosing, because that needs to be government approved so that the degree or the certification that you get, that is credible. And that's where the partners come in very handy to get you a list of these verified institutes, government verified institutes, approved institutions, and that is College Vidya. It's a free platform where only the UGC approved online universities are listed for you to search and compare. Here you get UG, PG, executive MBA, doctorate and job guarantee programs and a lot of other things too. आप 100 plus online universities compare कर सकते हो across 30 plus factors like fees, placements, rankings, course content, EMI options, all in 2 minutes for absolutely free. You can also avail free expert career counseling for selecting the best program according to your profile. And post admission, you get placement support worth rupees 5,999 for absolutely free. Job and internship portal access, alumni connect, and free webinars are also there. You can also get the College Vidya Assured feature where the counselors can help you get refund from the university in case you are not satisfied. So there is complete protection too. So currently you are also getting a subsidy of up to rupees 20,000. You can avail it from the link in the description. Next, coming to the kind of roles that you can get after MBA in business analytics. First of all, as I've already cleared, once you pursue an MBA, a lot of generalized roles do open up for you. So keep that in mind. However, I will be talking about the very specific roles that you can get and you will be more valued in after this particular specialization. First of all is obviously the data analytics and the business analytics role. Now, a lot of undergraduate folks also get into this kind of role, and a lot of companies use data analytics and business analytics interchangeably, but there is a minor difference over here. So data analytics is more related to the concentration of your work is on data. You will be dealing with large data sets, SQL, Power BI, R, and all of these tools you would be using, and based on that you would be guiding certain business decisions at the end of the day. But for the business analyst, the main purpose or the main focus area is business process. It's about the business impact, and then they will use data to support those processes, to support those decisions, and at the same time draw out data, basically tell you what kind of data you need to simplify taking that business decision. Okay, so first one starts working on data, then decides that okay, where the business decision will go. The second one decides that okay, what kind of business impact I want to make, and then starts working on data. And usually the business analysts don't work on large data sets. They do work on SQL again, but usually their data sets will be smaller, their data sets will be more structured, and the kind of algorithm that they will get into will also be a little less complicated compared to a data analyst. But mostly after an MBA, people will go into business analytics kind of role. So that will be your primary work, that you will be talking about business processes, talking everything about business, and at the same time you will be very comfortable with data to prove your point, at the same time to understand where the market is headed. So you will be comfortable with data, but at the same time you will be making a lot of important business decisions, and only then the value actually comes. Only then someone will offer you 20, 25, 30 lakhs. No one will be offering you that kind of money at the start of your career just to work on data. They can get a lot of undergraduate folks from there, but you have pursued post-graduation, you have pursued MBA, you have knowledge about finance, economics, and everything else as well. So there is a reason that they will pay you to make key business decisions. Okay, so be sure about that. So business analysts usually work on this kind of projects. They will work on business processes, business impact, where they should be comfortable with data. And typically, if you see the salary in this role, if you're from a tier 1 MBA institution, then 25 to 30 lakh is definitely something you can expect. Tier 2 institution, 15 to 18 lakh somewhere. Tier 3 or 4 institution, it depends, but it can be somewhere in the range of 8 to 13 lakh. So there is money in this field as well, especially if you're from a tier 1 institution. But obviously the catch is there is growth as well. Even if you're from a tier 3-4 institution, then 20 to 25 lakh is pretty average salary in this field. So you can reach there pretty fast. Obviously, after that, it becomes a matter of your skills and your capabilities. But 20 to 25 lakh is pretty decent salary that you can expect if you're making a career in MBA after MBA in business analytics. Next role is in consulting. As I've already said, just like a normal MBA student, a flagship course general MBA student, you can also make it to consulting. In fact, a lot of these consulting firms have a specific practice devoted to data analytics or data crunching, whatever you call it. Different practices, different consulting firms have different names for such practice. Some call it digital practice, some call it data management practice, some call it data analytics practice. All of them have these kind of different practices. But the idea is, if you are an MBA in data analytics, these kind of consulting firms will be more than willing to hire you. Not only for these specific practices, it opens up your consulting for across different firms and across different practices too. But yes, specifically in this practice, you will be preferred. So just whether it is McKinsey, Bain, BCG kind of consulting, or some other consulting like AT Kearney, Accenture Strategy, you are there. At the same time, the big four consulting firms also open up for you. EY, whether it's EY, Deloitte, KPMG, and all the PwC. So all the big four firms open up for you. A lot of boutique consulting firms like Fractal Analytics is there, Tiger Analytics. These kind of firms also open up for you. So there is an option for you to get into different kind of companies and different kind of consulting firms. Typical salaries, if you're asking, it's very similar to someone who has pursued a general MBA program. If you're getting into McKinsey, Bain, BCG, the starting salary somewhere would be around 35 lakh plus. And in future years, it can get up to crores. Obviously, as you know, in McKinsey, Bain, BCG, in 6-7 years, it can go to crores. But it will be very difficult to get into, especially if you're not from a tier 1 institution. It will be very difficult to get into such firms. After that, if you see the other firms that I was talking about, AT Kearney, Accenture Strategy, again, the starting salary will still be 35 lakh. And if you see in future years, after 5-6 years, you can reach a salary of 70-80 lakh very easily. After that, the big fours, yes, the big fours become a challenge because the kind of role that you're getting in a big four, that differs. In case you're getting the kind of role that general MBA candidates are getting, then your starting package will be in the range of 20-25 lakh. In a few years, again, in 5 years, you can expect to be earning very close to 50 lakhs. But if you are getting a very different kind of in the data domain itself, then the starting salary might be a little bit less, 14-15 lakh. They have a huge practice over there as well. So 14-15 lakh maybe to start with. In a few years, you can expect to earn 25-30 lakh. But yes, it can vary depending on the kind of role that you are entering and the kind of consulting firm that you are entering. Finally, we have a role which is product analyst. What do they do? Again, they also work on data, heavy data they work on, but related to a specific product. For example, if you are working on Microsoft Teams as a product, okay, you are working with Microsoft Teams is your product. So you will have a lot of data that how are users using the product, where are they facing more challenges, or suppose you're working on Instagram, you're working with Meta and you are working on Instagram as a product, maybe one feature of Instagram. You want to see how the users are using that product, how much time do they spend on a particular feature and everything, and you want to improve your metrics. So all of that data analysis, all of that data working is something that you will be working on. At the same time, you might or might not be involved in decision making in making the product changes, or it might be passed on to the product manager. That depends on a role to role basis and company to company basis. But the gist of the role is this: you will be working whenever someone uses a digital product, they have a lot of data points that someone can work on. As a product analyst, you'll be working on those data points, and on the basis of that, either you will be making the business decision or will be forwarding that your insights for the other teams to make the decision. Product analyst in future can also lead to product management roles. That is also a possibility. At the start, you can expect somewhere in the range of 15 to 25 lakh kind of a salary. And in future years, if you become a product manager and so on, then the salary considerably increases. 40 plus is something that product managers earn. And not obviously at the starting of their journey, maybe in the starting, they would be earning 25-30 if you are from a very good institution with considerable experience. But it's also a very good role. It's also a role that is growing in future years as more and more digital products are increasing. The demand for product analysts are also increasing. Finally, what kind of skills you need to have, or what kind of things you need to enjoy so that you will like the specialization. As the name suggests, obviously you need to be, first of all, comfortable with data. Next, if you don't like statistics, then this field will be very challenging. You need to enjoy statistics as well. All those mean, median, mode, normal curve, or your distribution curves and everything. If you don't enjoy those, if you didn't like those subjects in your school or college life, probably you will face a lot of problem in this specialization too, because there will be a lot of statistics. It's not just about data, it's all about statistics. Not a lot about mathematics, but remember, it's more about statistics. So that's why if you don't like maths, it's completely fine. But if you don't like statistics, then probably you will face a lot of problem. You won't enjoy the work as well, because in work as well, you'll be working on a lot of algorithms and a lot of data where statistics is involved. So that's why if you don't like statistics, avoid this. At the same time, if you don't like numbers, if you feel that numbers absolutely kill you, it blocks your brain, then probably again this field might not excite you a lot, because every time when you're in your job, you will have numbers all around you and you have to make sense of that numbers. Well, first you have to make sense of that numbers, and only after that you can apply the statistics, and only after that you can apply your algorithm and everything that you know. So that's why you need to be very comfortable with numbers. You need to be able to speak the numbers language. So that is another skill. I know a lot of folks who don't like working with numbers, who don't like those, they like to work more on skills, creative skills, which is required in say sales and marketing role. So for them, business analytics probably will not be a good field. So I hope this video has made most of the things around business analytics, MBA in business analytics clear to you. If you want a specific video around any other specialization, do let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to address it. That's it for this video. See you in the next one.